Okay, big squad. Kick us off, Tony.
Hi. Could you take us through the match tonight in 0-0? It seemed to be difficult, but dominated by Wade in the second half. What made it so difficult to try to break down spirit in this match?
Yeah, I think we kind of anticipated them pressing a bit more than they did. They actually sat in a pretty low block. They would occasionally press, but it was kind of with 1-9. And so it was harder for us to obviously break down the lines because they were more compact. So we had to, pick and choose our moments, be patient because they were a threat on the counterattack, so we had to be aware of that. But yeah, the low block just kind of causes problems. I think we had really good chances, but at the end of the day, we didn't put one in the back of the net, so we have to learn from that.
And then could you give us your perspective each about the action late in the first half that would have been called a penalty or not gone to VAR? And then the conversation, Kaylin, you had as a captain with the referee after.
Man, you're always trying to get me in some trouble or something. Yeah, it's a tough one. I understand both sides. I think, though, it's a dangerous play, and the only reason it wasn't called is because she didn't touch her. But if you're going to put your foot up that high, that's just dangerous and unnecessary, in my opinion. And again, that's my opinion. So we have to move on. That's the call of the ref. Unfortunately, we have to just play the game with whatever they say, and I think we did a good job of letting it go, but ultimately it's a frustrating one. Instead, next time she's just going to get kicked in the face, I guess.
All right, so we're going to this long July break. What would you say is the most challenging part of managing this break, both physically and mentally?
I think the biggest thing is the players that have played heavy minutes that aren't going in with their countries during this time. It's important to give time off to deload and then pick and choose the right moments to ramp that back up so that we're flying the back half of the year. I think with the players that are going to represent their country, we are going to wish them all the best. And then whatever time they need to recover from that, I think it's really important to then integrate them back into the squad. But, it's just kind of wherever you're at as a player, you need to get in the work, get in the rest, and then the back half of the season is going to determine who wins the Shield, who makes playoffs. It gets crazy. So we have to just be prepared for it.
For those of you on Zoom, if you do have a question, feel free to raise your hand. We do have people on the Zoom. Yeah.
Hey, Seth, style of play-wise, the right-hand wing seems to be so dominant in the kind of offensive movement. There seemed to be kind of struggle to get the left wing involved in this game. Is that something that you guys talk about? Especially at halftime, it seemed like there was more moving through Sanchez, and then Sanchez was subbed out. Is that something that's been a focus point?
I think it's just kind of how we naturally play with that triangle on both sides. I think when we go down the left, it's more of Pearl's getting higher. We're being able to isolate 2v1 against their outside back, whereas our right side, you can tell, we like to play, we like to create the triangle over there, and I think the evolution of our game is going to be going into the second half of the year is being able to come out of that a bit more. I think we get a little stuck over there at times, and so being able to come out when it's on to then get our left side more involved, especially when we do break down the right, I think we can come back through the center of the pitch a bit more. But that just comes with, time, chemistry, evolution, decision-making, all of that stuff. But yeah.
One other question on set pieces. There were 14 set pieces today. Is there anything that you could be doing differently to convert on those opportunities? It seemed like kind of a pretty high number. You guys did come close on a few of them, I know, but is there anything that you saw out there that was different?
First, I have to tip my cap to Aubrey. I think she made some incredible saves. She was big whenever she needed to be. So obviously that's goes in their favor. But we talk about it all the time as being cohesive with our servers and our runners. And I think that's, again, comes with time, comes with more reps, getting to know each other, getting to know delivery, runs, preferences, all of those things. And so we obviously can capitalize on those a bit better, but I think we've done really well this season to score off set pieces, and so we back ourselves in those moments.
Oh, speaking of good goalies, forgot to say this is his 40th, Kaylin's 40th career shutout tonight.
Yep, that's a fun fact. All right, we'll take a couple more in the room, and then I have a couple on Zoom. Yes, we go.
First of all, congratulations on another clean sheet.
Thank you.
And well, it's going to be a break. You guys going to have time to rest. Will, the best version of the Sandia Wave is coming up next.
That's the plan. That's the plan. I think the whole, this first half of the season, I've consistently been saying it. We haven't seen the best of what we're capable of. And we're hoping to get that out of us by the end of the season through the second half. I see glimpses of it in training. I see glimpses of it in the game so far, but I don't think that we've put out a performance that I know that we're capable of in terms of our best. And so I'm very confident going into having some time to get cohesive, get some chemistry, understand each other better, that the second half will look a lot better.
Fernando, we'll have you go online.
Appreciate it. Just a quick question for both of you. How would you guys sum up the first half of the season? New players, new manager, new system. Just overall, what was your guys' initial thoughts of the first half of the season?
I think it's been a good start. I think, again, I know we're capable of more. I've seen, again, glimpses of more, and I want us to be consistent with it. I want us to hate losing and love winning and have that drive week in, week out. And I know we're capable of it. I think, again, we just need a little bit more time. The style of play is working. The personnel is working. I think it's just the chemistry piece, just getting that consistently together, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay. Anyone else in the room?
Yeah.
Going once? Okay.
Enough said.
Awesome.